The CA Service Desk Manager Support Diagnostic tool. This is a tool that is available in 12.7 and later releases out of box. It's available in previous releases via TechDoc number TEC 469212. This tool collects log files, configuration files, environmental data, and a number of other things that will be placed into an archive file that can be uploaded to the support issue. This is available for Windows, Unix, and Linux platforms. And I should say that this is a big time saver for us here in CA support, and it prevents us asking you for additional files as the issue progresses. We'll get a number of things, but not necessarily everything in one shot the moment you run the tool. If you're using a release of Service Desk prior to Service Desk 12.7, you can still use this tool. It requires some manual configuration steps. The TechDoc number, TEC 469212, both includes the tool itself and the steps to install and use it. Included in this document, you'll also find a list of all the things that the tool gathers, so you can be aware of everything that it's going to gather from your system, both for a Windows and a Unix environment. When the script completes, if it's on a Windows environment, it will create a CA zip file, which is a CA proprietary zip format. If run on a Unix or Linux platform, it will generate a tar file. So these files, once complete, can then be uploaded to support.ca.com so support can start analyzing the data and reviewing your issue. So now I'm connected to a Service Desk Manager server, 12.7 release, and I'm going to demonstrate what it's like to run the tool. So I've opened a command prompt. Now I should mention that these steps would be identical for 12.6 and earlier releases. So the first thing I need to do is switch to the Service Desk installation folder. To do that, I can run the command nxcd. I next want to switch to the diag folder, and then to the bin folder. And the command I want to run is the supportdiag.cmd, just like that. You'll see some output on the screen. It will prompt you to read the end user license agreement. Here you'd select yes. MSInfo32 is another prompt that will come up. This is only valid for Windows 2003 or earlier releases. May not be valid for your platforms. You can select no here. And you'll get output as it runs of all the things that it's doing. It's going to gather run some Perl scripts to gather different environmental data about your system, configuration parameters, number of other key pieces of information. You may get some warnings if the tool tries to run a command that's not present. For in this example, PS list. That's fine. It's just a warning message. We can ignore that. This tool typically takes about 3 to 4 minutes to run. So we'll see it flash by. And here we get to the final stage, which is preparing the CAZ archive. This is a CA native archive utility. If this was run on a Unix or Linux environment, we would have a tar file that would be generated instead. And here we see that it's completed. We have the name of the file, and it gives us the location of where to find the file as well. It's under the diag rpt folder, so I'll change to that folder. And here you can see I've got the output file that was just run. This can be uploaded to support.ca.com platform. I'm now ready to upload this to the issue on support.ca.com. To illustrate that, I've got a support case open here. I will go to the File Attachments tab. I will open the FTP client so I can upload that file. And what I want to do is browse for the file. So again, it's under the Service Desk folder. So as I can see from my console here, that's under the Service Desk Diag RPT folder. So that's where I'm going to navigate. I will pick the one I just created. I will open it and I will upload the file. Make sure that you select Files from Customer on the bottom. And it should upload relatively quickly, but once you do, support will be notified and they'll be able to unzip the file and analyze the data. Once support receives the file, they'll be able to download it to their desktop, and they'll either use the CA-zip at a command line or a batch file to unzip it. So just to illustrate what that gives us, I will unzip that zip file we just created. As you can see here, there's quite a bit of information. Everything that's covered in the tech doc that we covered earlier. We now have a folder that we can traverse. We have a copy of certain important config files, for example your web.cfg file and other config files. We have a copy of your PDM startup, your log folder, your site mods folder. Site config is important as well, and a number of other key important pieces of information from your environment, such as the output of ipconfig, machine info, a number of other things, as well as some of the Windows application logs in a CSV format. We have your patch history file, your NXENV, your license log, your schema adaptations that you've done through Web Screen Painter. So we have kind of a snapshot of what your system has from all the log files, config files, and this helps us analyze the issue quicker so we don't have to go back and ask you for more information. This may not be everything we need to resolve your issue. At times we may need to run a trace or an advanced diagnostic, but this is a great place to start and should help us help you faster. Thank you for your time today. If you have any questions or suggestions on how to use this tool or ideas for improvement, you can reach out to me. My email address is sean.walsh@ca.com. Thanks and have a great day.